Well, it's been a fun ride, folks, but America has just inched one step closer to being just like communist China. America is stepping one step closer to a new dystopian world that, trust me, none of us want to live in. And unfortunately for people like me, they're using one of our favorite pastimes to usher in this new age. They're using the NFL. And I know a lot of you all probably gave up on the NFL years ago, but I'm still a big football fan. I was really excited about the NFL season this year, and I still am. Go Falcons. But unfortunately, the NFL is ushering in this new technology. And when I say it's a new technology, it's not really a new technology, but it's new for America. Most places in America, up until now, we realized that this was not the route that we wanted to go. Because doing things like this just makes us no better than communist China. But now the NFL has decided to use facial recognition technology at all of their NFL stadiums. That's right. If you go watch a football game, no matter what stadium you're in, they are going to be using facial recognition technology. You will be added to the database. You will be within the grasp of the new communist regime that is basically taking over America as we speak. But let's go ahead and dive into this article and figure out a little bit more about what's happening here. NFL to roll out facial authentication software league-wide. The National Football League is the latest organization to turn to facial authentication to bolster event security, according to an announcement this week. I want to pause right there. We didn't make it too far into the article, but I need to pause because they're making this all about security. And this is what they do. They slowly take away your privacy. They slowly take away your rights in exchange for a false sense of security. Like, hey, we need facial recognition technology at Circle K. We need it at 7-Eleven. It's for your safety. We got to spy on you 24/7. We need a camera here. We need a camera there. We need to listen to your conversations. You know what I mean? Your phone is listening to you 24/7, trying to figure out what ads are best to, advertise to you and things of that nature. So we're already living in a state of just constantly being watched, right? But this just makes it even worse. And in my opinion, it's not about security. It's not about security at all. It's all about normalizing this stuff. And, it's not like people aren't going to go to football games anymore. No, people are still going to go. And little by little, this will be normalized. Just like with cashless payments, scan your wrist here, swipe your hand here, tap there. All of this stuff is, it's being used to normalize this new world that they're shaping for us. A cashless society where you're constantly monitored. Every financial transaction is monitored. Everywhere you go, you're not just on camera, but due to facial recognition technology, you're logged into a database so they can track all of your movements just by, recognizing your face on these cameras. But let's go forward. All 32 NFL stadiums will start using the technology this season after the league signed a contract with a company that uses facial scans to verify the identity of people entering event venues and other secure spaces. The facial authentication platform, which counts the Cleveland Browns owners as investors, will be used to streamline and secure entry for thousands of credentialed media, officials, staff, and guests so they can easily access restricted areas such as press boxes and locker rooms. Jeff Bohm, the chief operating officer of Wicket, said in a LinkedIn post on Monday. Credential holders simply take a selfie before they come, and then Wicket verifies their identity and checks their credentials as they walk through security checkpoints. So you see, they're saying they pass it off as like, oh, it's convenient. Just like with, the tapping your phone, scanning your wrist, it's convenient. All of this is about your security and your convenience. But they're taking away your privacy and your rights in exchange for, you saving 30 seconds by having to show your ID. No, now you just, we're going to use our database of photos of you to recognize if you're, able to come in here or not. And trust me, there's going to be a lot of problems with this. There's going to be a lot of people who are denied access to certain events because their technology is messing up. Some teams also have extended their use of the technology to scan the faces of ticket holders. The Cleveland Browns, Atlanta Falcons, no! No, not the Atlanta Falcons. Please, tell me you're lying. So you're telling me that Atlanta Falcons, my Falcons, the home of the Dirty Birds, they're one of the worst stadiums when it comes to this? That's a hard pill to swallow. But let's go forward. Man, damn. The Cleveland Browns, Atlanta Falcons, and New York Mets have all used the company's facial authentication software to authenticate fans with tickets already. Fans come look at the tablet and instantly the tablet recognizes the fan. Brandon Covert, the vice president of information technology for the Cleveland Browns, said, "It's almost a half a second stop. It's not even a stop, more of a pause. It has greatly reduced the amount of time and friction that comes with entering the stadium. It's so much faster." The Browns also use Wicket to verify the ages of fans purchasing alcohol at concession stands. The use of facial recognition or authentication technology, particularly when applied to thousands of people who are scanned in the course of doing their job or entering a sports stadium, has long concerned privacy advocates. In addition to concerns about the technology being used to track people's locations, privacy advocates and academics say that facial recognition technology intensifies racial and gender discrimination because it is more frequently inaccurate when identifying people of color, women, and non-binary individuals. Wicket's website says its technology uses facial biometrics algorithms to authenticate individuals' faces in less than a second, and it has a 99.7% accuracy even in poorly lit spaces. The company markets itself to large venues by promising that it speeds entry and decreases congestion. League-wide adoption of Wicket technology is designed to prevent the use of fraudulent credentials and to make stadiums more secure. One of the biggest things is accountability, says Billy Langenstein, Senior Director of Security Services for the NFL. The league and the teams know every single person who is being credentialed to work an NFL game, who they are, and the access levels they should have to do their job. And a big part of it is accountability for those individuals, embracing it, learning it, and evaluating the safety and the security of the program. The NFL is not the only sports league deploying facial recognition technology. Soccer stadiums worldwide are rapidly adopting and deploying facial recognition technology to survey fans. And you see how quickly it happens to you? You see how quickly they're able to roll stuff like this out? It's like just yesterday, you had no idea that any of this was going on, and now today, sorry guys, we forgot to tell you that we've kind of been working behind the scenes to install facial recognition technology in every single stadium across the world. If you ever want to see a live sports game again, you're going to be subjected to this. And if you think that you're going to escape it by not going to an NFL game or not going to see a soccer game, then you're wrong, because I give it 6 months to a year before this technology is in Walmart, Target, Publix, Piggly Wiggly, Kroger's, the red and white, whatever freaking Costco, whatever grocery store you have. So folks, I know right now you're thinking, well, I don't watch the NFL. I boycotted football. I know the talking points, but folks, this is something that we're not really going to be able to escape. Because like I said, most people aren't paying attention. And by the time that you find out that any of this stuff is happening, it's already too late. It's already happening. You know what I mean? And there's no real upside to this. I don't think this is going to stop a single bad thing from happening at all. It may, save them some money. It may save them some time. Maybe it'll be harder for people to sneak into games using fake tickets or something along those lines. So, it will help them financially, but it's not going to save any lives. Maybe it will help them identify someone better after they do something crazy. But I guess the only upside to this is, with the advancements in technology and the advancements in surveillance and security, it's going to be harder and harder and harder for them to blame incompetence, when something happens. It's going to be harder for them to use incompetence as an excuse when they let something happen, kind of like how they let something happen to Donald Trump. With facial recognition technology and all of this other technology they're implementing, we're going to get to a point where it's going to be too obvious that, no one could have got away with doing anything. You got security on lock. Obviously, you let this happen, So that's the only upside to this that I can see. Other than that, just prepare, folks. And when I say prepare, no real way to prepare, but this is where we're headed. And it's not a good route. It's not a good path. If it were up to me, I would turn around and I would run as fast as I could in the opposite direction. Now, I can't run too fast, but just think of me running like that scene out of Forrest Gump. When his leg braces are like breaking, that's how far and fast I would run away from facial recognition technology and all of this other like AI stuff they're implementing. Folks, it's not good. It's actually very scary. And if you think that they're going to use it just for the football game, don't worry, folks. We just want to make sure you're safe while you're watching football. No, they're going to be following you home. They're going to know where you've been beforehand. They're going to know where you're going after. You're not going to have any privacy at all. But I think, people who are being born, these new generations, they don't know a sense of privacy like a lot of us know. All they know is their whole entire life basically being on the internet, being exposed to cameras in their face, 24/7. So they don't value privacy in the way that we do. But you let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next video.